what is better, a Sigma Metalytics or the Pocket Pinger, pure silver? So what about 40%?
What's up, everyone? Tiger Stacker here. I've told you many times that it is important for you to verify what you got. Caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. Now, I've also said many times that you need to have more than one form of testing. And I've shown you many of the tests that are out there for the stacker. But today we're going to talk about a comparison study. And our community comes with a variety of affordabilities. The people who can afford more expensive equipment, even more than this. Some people can even afford an XRF gun or tabletop. But there are others who are out there, the magnetic slide, calipers, other things. But today we're going to do a comparison. So what is better, a Sigma Metalytics or the Pocket Pinger? That is today's topic. So what do you think is better, the Pocket Pinger or the Sigma? I bet you'll be surprised by today's results. Let's go over the comparison. Which is better, the Pocket Pinger or the Sigma Metalytics? Depends on the topic. So let's talk about the first topic, price. Here on eBay, you can see the price does vary a little bit as to which style you get, but typically they're plus or minus $35. And this one is the one we are most exposed to, which is the one I have here, which has both a device for you to ping against by flicking the coin. I don't like that so much. I prefer the stack stick. It's a soft wooden stick that doesn't damage the coin. Versus the Sigma Metalytics, for which there are multiple different types. There's the original, which you see here, the Precious Metal Verifier Investor, which is this one here, the Sigma Pro, which is this one here, and you can see the prices vary. So the price can vary from approximately $35 to $1,000, maybe a little less. I've seen them as low as $800 to $1,700 plus to $2,000 plus, depending on the original investor or the Pro. So you know your budget with or without your budget. I don't advise you going ahead and getting a loan to buy something, but I will tell you that if you so much as prevent yourself from buying one fake gold 1 ounce, the Pro has paid for itself as well as the other Sigmas. And you can say the same thing about the Pocket Pinger. The next topic, portability. The Pocket Pinger is exactly that. You can put it in your pocket, and it comes with this really nice Ziploc baggie that will keep both the stack stick and the pinger in your pocket. The Sigma typically comes with its own carrying case, soft or hard shell, and if I was going to a coin show, I would carry my Sigma, but I would put it in my backpack. Next test, the range of what you can test. The Pocket Pinger is what you can hear. How good is your hearing? How good is your tone? Are you tone deaf or are you not? The advantage of the Sigma is what is programmed into it. If it's not programmed, so for instance, you can test pure silver and you will get your readings. Since this is 999 fine, it will show up in the yellow. If it was 49s fine, it would show up in the green. And you have it also for small pieces, but this big piece will fit in there too. With the Pocket Pinger, you can listen. As opposed to 49's fine, which shows up in the green. And the Pocket Pinger the Sigma Metalytics Pro will give you the size based on the volume, which is volume times pi times radius squared times height.
The Sigma Analytics
can also measure constitutional silver, 90%. And the pocket pinger can also give you an indication. So what about 40% silver? The Sigma Metalytics cannot do 40% or even 35%. But guess what? The pocket pinger can. So what is the next topic? Additional equipment. Well, the Sigma, you can get wands. This is the small one. There's also a large one and a refiner one, which can go a little deeper than the small or the large. You can also buy a bridge for it, where the pocket pinger doesn't have any additional equipment. Or does it? Well, actually, yes, it does. You can get different apps such as Precious Coin Test or Stack Tools. This is a newer app. I'm still getting used to it. I like Precious Metal Test, where you put in whatever coin you want, including other coins that cannot be tested, which let's talk about that. Can the Sigma measure 40%? No, it can't. The pocket pinger can. And notice whether you are dealing with pure silver, 90% silver, or 40% silver, the tones are different. So let me demonstrate for you 40% silver. So we're going to choose the silver Ike. And it says it passed. So in silver that is not programmed into the Sigma, you can get it in an app to coincide with your pocket pinger. So in this subject, the pocket pinger exceeds the Sigma Metalytics. So what are the size limits? The Sigma can test anything that will fit into its probes. If it doesn't fit, you can't use it unless you get the bridge. But you can also use the wand. This obviously will be too big to fit into your pocket pinger. Now, if I had the bridge, I could fit this or any other piece into the bridge, which would then give you a reading here. So those are the topics for a comparison for the Sigma Metalytics, no matter what type you've got, with the exception that the original only does a surface analysis, and the Investor and the Pro can give you a complete through analysis, even with the bridge that you are using for bigger pieces. The pocket pinger is an excellent adjunct in your armamentarium in your attempt to not buy fakes. I hope this all helps you. See you all in the next one. Tiger Stacker out.